Alright, going to be checking out Diablo Immoral, the Immoral design of Diablo Immortal by Josh Strife Hayes. It's got 1.4 million views, so here we go.
In this video, I'm going to show you a great game built on a terrible foundation. I'll show you how you can spend £20 to condense 6 months worth of free-to-play farming into 3 minutes.
Now, sorry, I'm going to be probably pausing this a lot so I can like talk and I won't be talking over him because he's the one with the info. But I only know like the bare bones basics of what's happening with the Diablo Immortal because I've never played Diablo games. I want to play them now just to see and compare to what a travesty it is now. Like, I'm curious. But I feel so bad for like the fans and shit that have been with it for so long.
And how even if you do buy the 30-day item pack, you might not actually get the 30-day item pack. I'll show you the secret mathematical and psychological tricks the game uses to get you to spend money, including abusive pricing structures, multiple layers of RNG, and the 22 different in-game currencies. I'll explain how Diablo Immortal has got around the legal definition of loot box by adding in a single gameplay step, despite being functionally the same process. I'll explain how Diablo Immortal is essentially a gacha game and has hidden whale mechanics you can't even find until you've invested enough money that I'm still in shock
over the 22 currencies in this game. What?
It's actually a very good game. Let's start with the basics. Video game critique, especially on the internet, can be a difficult thing to balance. Fans of any game want you to praise it and can become angered when you point out flaws. And people who dislike the game love it when you point out flaws and hate it when you praise it. This is because video game communities contain very passionate people both for and against any game or company.
I mean,
that's extreme sides are often reading reviews or...
That's one word for it. Passionate people. It's a polite way of saying it. Yeah.
Watching videos looking for confirmation bias, not actual critique. Most people want to be told what they already strongly believe is correct. The for and against Diablo Immortal camps have already sprung up, with some people focusing on the absurd cash shop and others saying you don't need
no one likes to hear that they're wrong.
Game. Just don't spend any money. The cash shop critics point out the blatant pay-for-advantage systems and daily login rewards encouraging addictive gameplay patterns, along with the loot box style gameplay so egregious it's already been preemptively banned in 2 countries for falling foul of the EU.
Diablo Immortal not being released in Belgium and Netherlands due to local laws banning loot boxes. I heard about this one.
Gambling laws, and the game supporters reply with a well-rehearsed, well, I'm having fun, it hasn't affected me. I'll be discussing the damage this general attitude
I'm having
to the gaming industry as a whole later. The truth is, Diablo Immortal is an excellent gameplay experience with solid moment-to-moment combat and super enjoyable hack-and-slash multiplayer moments, absolutely overshadowed by a foundation-level insidious monetization system designed to make every aspect of the game funnel the player towards spending an absolutely unacceptable amount of money. But this goes deeper than just one game. So in this video, I'll not only deeply critique Diablo Immortal, but also the behaviors of an industry and how we as players can set the boundaries for what we will and will not accept in relation to monetization. I'll show you the deep psychological and mathematical tricks games companies are using to turn video games from products you purchase and enjoy because they're designed to be fun into processes they want you to become stuck within and then keep paying for because they're designed to be inviting and then addictive. I'll also be contrasting the design decisions.
I'm still not over the whole 22 currency thing.
Code of conduct and ethics on their own website, and we'll see if Diablo Immortal as a game lives up to Blizzard's own self-imposed standards. Grab a drink because this is quite a long video. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm Josh Strife Hayes, and today we're going to look at the diabolically immoral Diablo Immortal. A big thank you to all the supporters on Patreon and Twitch who allow me to remain independent and make videos like this. I'll be looking at the general gameplay, plot, and combat,
a lot of Patreon
the absolute plethora of monetization tricks the game uses, including gentle onboarding, limited time offers causing fear of missing out, abusive pricing structures, multiple steps of conversion, multiple stacking monthly subs, cumulative login days being required for paid-for rewards, multiple progression tracks, and just straight-up locking the main aspect Diablo is known for, dopamine-spiking loot fountains shooting out of a boss behind a pay paywall. Now, Diablo as a franchise is no stranger to monetization controversy. When Diablo 3 released, it had an actual money in-game marketplace. Players could sell their drops or buy drops from other players for actual cash.
I think I remember hearing something about that. Again, not a Diablo person.
As players pointed out, it was against the spirit of Diablo. The endgame gameplay of Diablo revolves around repeatedly killing high-intensity bosses as they increase in difficulty for the chance of a rare drop. If you could just buy the rare drop, you'd be defeating the main gameplay loop and removing the sense of pride and accomplishment which comes with having those rare drops. Diablo 3 released on PC and console in May of 2012, and 6 years later, in 2018 at BlizzCon, players were excited to hear news about Diablo 4. But what they got was Diablo Immortal,
this iconic moment.
And that gave us this absolute classic moment in gaming history.
Is there any plans?
Here it comes. You know they're gonna say it.
Or is this strictly mobile forever?
Are there any? Yeah.
Is he gonna?
The current
Is he gonna play it all the way through?
To be on mobile, both Android and iOS.
God, this.
We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC. Do you guys not have phones?
There it is.
I think it's important to realise BlizzCon is attended by Blizzard's biggest fans, mostly PC gamers. Warcraft, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo and Overwatch have massive PC player bases, so very few of these people were actively excited about a mobile game. The people in that room wanted a game which would push their hardcore gaming PCs to the max and not be full of traditional mobile microtransactions and time gating mechanics. In June of 2022, Diablo Immortal released on mobile and went into open beta on PC. The PC version is a port of the mobile game and still features such lines as tap to play. The game does feature...
Hold on. I have downloaded Diablo Immortal for the PC because I've heard like so much shit about it. I'm like, is it... I want to look at it myself, you know? Like, see how much shit is in it? I don't know if I'll play it long. I'm just gonna, like, take, like, a quick look at it. Because downloading it for mobile, I can't handle mobile shit. I can't deal with that. But who knows? Maybe this will get me into the other Diablos just to play a good one.
Cross-platform play, so mobile and PC players can adventure together, provided they're on the same server, because it does not have cross-server play. So I downloaded the game on PC and gave it a go. The first warning cry from everyone said, the game can track your face through your phone app or your webcam. Now this rumour began when the installation files were opened up and people found face detector and face analyzer.dll. Some people said the game has face tracking capabilities because it's required for release in China to conform to the strict gaming laws. However, the lead dev Adam Fletcher explains they're actually leftover files from an early idea in Diablo Immortal's development. Originally, the game would let you recreate your own facial expression on your character by using your own camera. This idea has been abandoned because it was terrible. The intro movie plays, Tyrael talks about the World Stone, some greater evil, and then we get this absolute banger of a line.
If humanity is to survive, they must stand together and face the rising darkness.
I find it beautifully ironic that Diablo Immortal opens with a call for players to rally together against a rising evil, and the main thing it's inspired people to do is come together against its atrocious pricing model. What a meta way to succeed. Get told to tap the screen because porting mobile games to PC is hard, and then choose a class. 6 classes, I'm going with my edgy boy, the Demon Hunter. The customization is actually really nice. We move some sliders. Unfortunately, these do not matter at all because you'll never look at your own face or any other character's face. We're then on a boat to Wortham.
Wait a minute, they have customization for your face and shit, but you never see it? Except for like maybe then at the login screen? Well, okay then. Okay.
The game is fully voiced and it's not terribly acted.
Oh shit, hold on. I got to let the puppy out.
Aye. Follow the road.
Ugh. I know. puppy's going crazy. Alright, sorry about that. We're on a boat.
Road and be on your guard. Unfortunate things happen to travelers in that forest.
Yeah, apparently
Movement is WASD
go
or
in the
left
forest
click.
and there's
Primary
22
attacking
currencies.
is also left click, but you'll only attack when your cursor is over an enemy. This can mean clicking to move, especially in a crowd of enemies, is a bad idea because you'll end up attacking instead of moving. It also means you'll frequently lose your cursor in the chaos of battle and end up randomly running around or attacking off to the side somewhere while you try and find it again. It also means once you've killed whatever it was you were attacking, if you continue holding down left click, you'll start running toward that
damn,
location.
what a stomach.
Your other skills are bound to the 2, 3, and 4 keys. We'll look at combat later because honestly,
It's about how I
great.
feel
If you've
after,
never played a Diablo game, here's a basic rundown.
I'm not gonna
Demons
say it.
exist and you'd really rather they didn't. You can realize your dream of a demon-free world through the power of friendship and incredible violence. Eventually, angels get involved, but the power of
Friendship
heaven
and
is nothing
violence.
compared to the power of one angry man with an axe or a moody guy with some crossbows. One thing I do have to praise the game for is capturing the feeling of Diablo while being made in a completely different engine. Diablo 3 was created in a customized version of the Havoc engine, while Diablo Immortal is made in NetEase's own Messiah engine. They've managed to capture the feeling of movement, skill use, and attack impact spot on. Kill enemies and pick up loot. Annoying, you can't click on an item's nameplate, you have to click on the item itself. Your inventory is the classic Diablo style of a square grid with larger items taking up multiple grid slots. As you fight on, enemies will drop red health orbs or blue mana orbs, sometimes power-up
So
orbs
much is
like
happening.
increased speed or lightning damage. Along with this, you have 3 health potions which recharge when you kill enemies. This game design lends itself to fast,
No one plays
aggressive combat
PvP
encounter
though.
because you
I'm
are
looking at the
rewarded
chat
for
in the
being
left
aggressive,
corner.
so the energy is always high. We make our way to the town of Wortham, get followed through a portal by some demon, and told
And despair.
trust me, mate, once I explain the monetization, you definitely will. We head into the chapel and meet our
no.
old friend
Oh,
Deckard
no.
Cain, so we decide to stay a while and listen.
My name is Deckard Cain. I'm a bit of a traveling scholar, one might say.
Basically, hell's coming back and we're going to prevent it with the power of crossbows. Fight some cultists to the west and
By the
discover
power
sometimes
of
the left mouse button gets
crossbows.
stuck down, even if you're not clicking, making your character follow the cursor, and other times it just doesn't register. Possibly lag, but honestly, in 2 days of near constant play, I didn't experience that many connection issues. Kill a dragon thing and find a shard of the world stone, magical MacGuffins hell really wants and we need to destroy. Think of them like demonic batteries, and like regular batteries, you shouldn't throw them in the regular bin, so we're on a quest to find a responsible way to dispose of them. Cain tells us the demon we're fighting is called Skarn. This means we're now at threat level midnight, so we set off to destroy more of the shards of the world stone before hell can plug them into more demons. Quick intro video explains the map, and we're sent off to help someone with something, and the game asks, hey, you want to spend 89p for some orbs and a
Oh
weapon
my god,
skin?
hold on. You saved with them, but now I have access to one-time purchase that includes eternal herbs and the earth within. So wait, is that only one of the 22 currencies in this game? 800 plus extra value though. Why do I not believe that?
I'm going to keep track of every time the game gives me the opportunity to spend money. This is the first, and I'm going to do a deep dive into the currencies and the systems they relate to later on in this video. Once you have a few quests, you'll get the quest list on the left. Click on a quest to select it, and you'll see a sparkling footstep path leading you to it. If you're far
Simple
enough
enough.
into an area, you'll unlock auto-navigation within that area. Using auto-navigate will either run or automatically teleport you to the nearest teleport point and then run the rest of the way. I also discover the first Kill of the Day award. So let's rip this band-aid off right now. Diablo Immortal is a mobile game and
Yeah.
is designed to build
Yeah.
habits, to create attachment, and to encourage daily replay. You have an oppressive number of tracked systems, login rewards, first kill awards.
Yeah,
and that-
so, okay, like, even I know, and again, never got into the Diablo, wanted to, never got a chance to, but even I know that the Diablo games have only mainly been for PC players. They were built for PC. This is a phone game. You could literally swap skins or color palettes, and you could call it another mobile game, and I would believe you.
advancement paths, some free, some paid, some upgradable. You have achievements and advancements through every single zone and rewards for killing enough monsters and doing enough dungeons, and each of these systems is tracked on a different screen with a different UI, and it's made this way by design. You're not meant to be able to remember everything you have to do, so the game can give you these little red gem icons to the top right of buttons to remind you you have something to collect, and you'll often find yourself spending more time in endless menus collecting rewards than you will in an actual rift. We chase down some mage, we watch her throw a dude off a bridge, and then meet this guard who says this.
Oh, what a day. Certainly didn't expect to get choked by some death mage when I left the stead this morning.
None of us wake up expecting to be choked by a death mage, but sometimes you just get lucky and it happens. To interact with another player, hold Alt and left click on them. You can send messages, friend requests, and party invitations, but you cannot directly trade player to player because trading is done via the auction house and requires the premium currency of platinum to do. Quick PC issue. This is the salvage menu where you turn your unwanted equipment into scrap. The mouse wheel does not move this window. You need to click and drag. If you're going to release on PC, please let us use the scroll wheel. Also consider using
you can't even use the scroll wheel?
Right click does absolutely nothing. A free daily reward pack accessed via the
the whole PC port thing was so last minute, and it's easy to tell just from what I've seen so far. It's so sad.
Shop menu. This is a psychological marketing trick. If you're going to give the player something for free, make sure to claim it. They have to access a place where there is paid stuff, because then they will see the paid stuff every day, and if they're returning to this screen for their free daily pack, it's only a matter of time until someone gets tempted to spend money. You're not putting this free pack here because it makes logistical sense, you're putting it here because it's tempting. I then get a free cosmetic set sent to me in the mail. Everyone gets this. It's to celebrate 30 million pre-registrations.
30 million
pre-registrations. If you ever wonder why mobile games are so pushed, it's because the horrible truth is the mobile gaming market is bigger than the PC and console gaming market combined. As you
that just hurts my head to think about.
Unlock bounties, an open-world hunting system. Hunt down certain enemies and get increased rewards for killing them. You can claim 8 bounties a day from the bounty board. My current bounty target is Philip, so the plan is grab Mum, kill Phil, go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all this to blow over.
I love that movie.
Equipment every few minutes, and on the inventory screen there's a handy-dandy green arrow showing you if a new piece is better than an old piece. Many people will tell you that Diablo begins at 60, because until then you'll be finding upgrades so quickly you won't even read the name or look at the stats of any individual bit. You'll just do as the green arrow commands. But if you're a free player, I would argue the real game begins around level 35 when the leveling suddenly slows to a crawl, but we'll see more of that later. I unlock the extremely awesome grapple skill, letting me blast around the battlefield like a more violent Spider-Man, and global chat has descended into an argument about pay-to-win versus free-to-play. So while I'm madly grappling around, let me make my stance on this game rather clear. No one has said they expect this game to be 100% free. No one expects any video game to have no way to make money whatsoever. Indeed, if it was a one-time paid game with a cosmetic-only cash shop, I'd be recommending this to everyone. No one has an issue with Diablo Immortal attempting to make money. We know that development time...
Yeah, the whole money thing, like, unless you're literally one of those people online that do it as like a side hobby and you don't really need the money, and it's like a very tiny game, didn't take too much work, and you just wanted to share it with the world. And unless you're that person in the world, there's very few, but there are some. No one expects you to put out a game and not have some way to get money back for it. It just kind of depends on how you do it. That's the thing.
Time and server hosting costs money. The issue I have is the way it is making it and the position it is putting players into if they don't pay. The game is not a product, because a product is usually released finished and then sold for the cost the company think it is worth. If that cost is fair, people will pay it, and then that process is complete. Diablo Immortal is a process itself of downloading, playing and advancing, and it wants players to stay within that process as long as possible, because unlike a product which is sold once, a process can contain many moments it encourages the player to pay. and each individual payment may only be small, but they very quickly add up to greater than the cost of a one-time purchase. When I talk about the payment issues, people respond with a well-rehearsed retort of, well, I'm having fun. And I think it's vital if you do
I hate
respond
that
with,
so
well, I'm
much.
having fun. Good. We are all glad. No one wants you to stop having fun.
Exactly.
What we want is the company to treat you better. If your
Yes.
attitude is, I don't care about the money, I'm just focusing on the game, then please understand we're actually advocating for the company to have the same attitude as you. Focus on making
Oh
the
my
game
God,
as
yes.
fun as it can be, and people will buy it because it's fun. Not because you've designed it to be as close to fun as possible so it keeps players around, but not too much fun that they can enjoy it completely without paying. Blizzard's first what we stand for is gameplay first, which literally says to make our games as fun as possible. We're not saying
False
Diablo
advertising.
Immortal shouldn't be monetized. We're saying it shouldn't be abusively monetized. We push on and go and kill Leoric, because it's not a real Diablo game until you've killed Leoric. During this part, I unlock the Battle Pass and the Boon of Plenty in the shop, and when I finish the Leoric dungeon, I'm presented with the exciting opportunity to spend more money to buy the Mad King's Breach bundle, a one-time reward specific to this dungeon. Your reward for finishing a dungeon is the opportunity to spend money. This
Oh my
happens
God.
in every dungeon. And you'll notice the costs of the pack slowly increase. Because it's only 89p when you finish one dungeon, that's fine. But once you've spent 89p, you're invested, which means they can
God
make things
damn.
more and more expensive until they stop giving you any real discount for buying the dungeon packs, but you're still doing it because by then, not buying it would be wasting the money you've previously spent. This is effectively the sunk cost fallacy. Twitter user Mr. GM made this mock-up of a picture. Just imagine if finishing a dungeon for the first time in World of Warcraft rewarded you with the opportunity to spend money to unlock extra rewards. I'm going to come back to this later and fully explain the Battle Pass and Boon of Plenty, because when you read the fine print, it is even worse than it seems.
Oh no,
the
not
demon
the fine
effect under the
print.
glass floor, however, is awesome, and the boss fight itself is great. More story. We kill Lethes, but not really. Who's Lethes, you ask? No one cares. Doesn't matter. The story in a Diablo game is background music. It's set dressing. Many times you'll be introduced to a character, go on a quest with them, then watch them die in a heart-wrenching hero's death. They'll sacrifice themselves for a greater cause.
The
and you're
drama.
expected to care. And I'm thinking, mate, I've known you 10 minutes. The only reason I remember your name is because it's above your head while you're dying. We now unlock
Oh, damn.
legendary gem crafting, and this is the system we'll be pouring most of our wallet into later. We now learn about sockets, gems, elder rifts, and crests. So this is probably the time to talk about the game's main system, the Elder Rifts, and how they're going to cost you an incredible amount of money to do efficiently. In fact, if you complete one rift every 5 minutes and want the best loot from them, you'll be spending around £240 an hour to grind this game. Let me break that down for you. While Diablo Immortal does have a main campaign storyline, and indeed you are required to finish this to unlock the Hell Plus difficulty in rifts, the majority of your gameplay, both grinding and post-story, will be in an Elder Rift. An Elder Rift is a procedurally generated dungeon you can enter solo or in a team of up to 4. There is a party finding mechanic, but remember, it's cross-platform play, not cross-server. As we discovered when Callum Upton, a fellow YouTuber and good friend of mine, made a character. Currently, there is no way to transfer your character from one server to another. You just need to restart. While in a rift, you'll see a timer to the left. The little hourglass symbol moves along the bar from left to right. As you kill enemies, the bar itself fills up. When the bar is full, the boss will spawn. Kill the boss before the timer runs out, get the loot, leave, and repeat. This is the absolute core of the PvE Diablo experience. Grind enemies for better equipment to grind enemies better. But before you start a rift, you can choose to add in crests, either normal or legendary. Adding crests increases the chance higher rarity loot will drop from the boss kill. You can see the potential loot increase as you add crests. Now, seeing as the crest
I have a
screen
feeling
shows
something's
3
coming.
empty slots on the right hand side and shows 0 out of 3, you'd assume that each player can add up to 3 crests. Well, no, they can add way more, but it's hidden, and we'll come to that later. Loot in Diablo
Oh,
Immortal
shit.
is personal. No other player can steal your rare or legendary loot. Now, adding in legendary crests as a player always guarantees you a legendary item, but it does also give a slight boost to the other players in your party and increases their chance to receive runestones or fading embers, both intermediate upgrade currencies. This has led to the rather toxic situation of parties kicking players who aren't using crests because they feel those non-cresting players are not paying their way. Using crests
Oh, well,
always benefits
shit.
you and sometimes helps the party. You cannot lose your drop potential to another player, but to truly understand the absolute insidious nature of how powerful these legendary crests are and why they are considered pay to win and how much money you can end up spending on them, we need to understand how the other currency systems work, because the crests feed into almost everything else. So we need to take a look at the very foundation of the monetization system for context. Now, the game itself is a tangled web of interwoven systems which all relate to each other, and it's designed that way to hide the actual monetary cost of any single system. Because of this spiderweb design, it's very difficult to find a starting point, so hold on, because this might get complicated while I break it down. I have so far experienced in Diablo Immortal 22 different currencies and raw materials used to feed into various shops and upgrade systems.
Oh my god.
They are gold, dropped from enemies, used in upgrading equipment. Eternal orbs, premium buyable currency, used for buying things in the shop. Platinum, used in the market board for posting and buying items player to player, bought with eternal orbs. Battle points, used to progress the battle pass and earn the battle pass rewards.
Oh shit, is he gonna name all of them?
Completing rifts, dungeons, or bought directly with eternal orbs. Scrap materials, used to upgrade items earned from salvaging unneeded equipment.
It's gonna name all 22.
Hilts, spend at the hilt merchant on limited monthly or weekly stock, earned by progressing the battle pass. Normal gems, combined to upgrade non-legendary gems, bought from the hilt merchant, found in rifts when using normal crests, and made by combining runes at the apprentice jewelers. Runes, dropped in rifts when you are using crests.
I'm already exhausted and we're not even halfway through.
I have so far found 21 different runes. Garnet, Sapphire and Beryl, 3 gems which all combine to upgrade the Legacy of the Haradrim, a system which you unlock once you're level 49 and have completed 10 challenge rifts. Crests improve rift drops slightly. You get 1 free a day bought from the hilt merchant, sometimes earned on the battle pass. Legendary crests improve rift drops by a lot and guarantee a legendary, bought from the cash shop for orbs or found in the premium shop dungeon chest, unlocked after you finish that dungeon. You can also buy 1 a month from the hilt merchant using in-game currency, or earn 2 on the battle pass. The Sigil of Dominance advances your Immortal standing, a higher level endgame faction. Enchanted Dust, an upgrade material used on higher level item upgrades found by salvaging rare equipment. Reinforcing Stones, re-rolling attributes on equipment bought in the cash. Aspirant's Keys,
I need to get more comfortable with this.
dungeons earnable on the battle pass. Scoria, found when fighting Heliquary demons and refined into Hellfire Scoria.
It's going to have enough room on the screen.
Hellfire Scoria upgrades the Heliquary, a repository of demonic power you add to by defeating demons, and provides you passive buffs. Legendary Gem Fragments, which combine into legendary gems found in rifts when crests are used and also sometimes on the battle pass. Enigmatic Crystals upgrades your secondary slot items found in challenge rifts and bought from the materials vendor for scrap pieces. Monster Essence upgrades the Haradric Altar dropped by monsters in the overworld randomly. Fading Embers earned from rifts and used to buy basic gems at the merchants, and Echo Crystals bought from the crystal merchant for 500 platinum and used to upgrade runes beyond level 5. So 22 currencies and upgrade
part of this
materials.
is funny,
Most
but
of them
also
linked directly
it's just
to the progression of the battle pass, which
so
itself
sad.
requires battle points, which are farmed most efficiently by completing
And
rifts.
infuriating.
So now we can go back and look at legendary crests. And this is where it gets both psychologically and mathematically abusive. Legendary crests are sold in the shop for orbs.
Oh, here we go.
Orbs are bought in specific pack sizes.
Said he was
A
going to come back to
legendary
this.
crest costs 160 orbs. The shop sells orbs in packs of 60 or 315. There are higher, but let's look at these for now. 60 is too few, and 315 is only 5 orbs shy of 320, which is how many we need to afford 2 legendary crests.
Oh,
this is by
I
design.
hate that.
When a player opens the
I hate
shop
it when a
and they've
game does
already
that.
committed to buying something, the game doesn't want you to consider how much you're buying, but how much you need for the next efficient purchase, because that's always going to be a much lower number. So a player won't think, I'm buying 315 orbs. They'll think, I'm only 5 orbs short of 2 crests. So they'll look into the larger $8.99 pack, which has 630 orbs. That may seem like a random number to add, but it's remarkably specific, because 4 legendary crests at 160 orbs each costs 640 orbs, meaning even with that pack you're now 10 short. But that's only 10. You may as well buy the bigger pack, which only costs £22 and gets you 1,650 orbs. A player isn't thinking, I've just bought 1,650, they're thinking, I only need 5, and then I only need 10. And once you've bought the 1,650, wouldn't you know it, there's actually a button on the legendary crest screen to buy 10 crests for 1,600 orbs. Super convenient. It's almost like everything is designed to flow into buying that £22 orb pack and then spending that on 10 legendary crests. So now you have 10 crests because you've been able to justify only needing 5, then only needing 10.
Yeah, you don't even need to be good at
This
math
is
to
abusive
understand,
pricing.
like, that's bullshit.
Now, adding a crest to a rift increases the drops a little, and adding a legendary guarantees a decent drop. The shop even explains, adding a legendary is guaranteed to reward a legendary gem that can be sold on the market. Now, you need platinum for the market, but don't worry about that right now. You've got 10 crests. You start a rift and you see 3 crest slots. This means you'll be able to run 3 rifts on maxed crests and have 1 left over, right? Well, no, because if you do put 3 legendary crests into those slots, a new option appears. An option you will never find until you do this. It asks, hey, want to add another 7 for the maxed enhanced Elder Rift experience? There is no way to even find out that you can add 10 legendary crests in-game until you add the first 3. And isn't it convenient that 10 crests can be added in a single run, and the orb pack size that's most convenient psychologically was designed to make you buy 10 crests? But what actually happens if you add 10 crests to a run? Callum Upton and myself spent 2 days playing this game as free players, seeing how far we could progress without spending any money. And at around level 35, the experience required to level up increases sharply. In the first day, I went from level 1 to 40. And in a second day of nothing but endless grinding, I went from 40 to 49. During a stream, after 2 hours of Elder Rift runs, averaging about 5 minutes per run and only seeing a few rare items, a viewer donated Callum £20 on the agreement Callum would spend it on 10 legendary crests and use them, just to see the loot difference. Here's a compilation of boss drops without using any crests. This is the average experience a free player will have when they finish a rift.
Okay. Hey, Yomi.
And here's what a boss kill looks like when you have 10 legendary crests active.
Right, nothing legendary yet, but what the fuck? How many 2 legendaries? 3? What the 4?
Oh my god.
What?
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
The average free player will be able to earn 10 crests in about 5 to 6 months worth of casual play, buying 1 a month from the Hilt Merchant and earning 1 from the free Battle Pass layer. So what you have just seen, using 10 legendary crests on a single run, is essentially 6 months worth of free player legendary crest loot potential condensed into a single chest. Diablo is known for dopamine spiking loot fountains like that.
Okay, I knew it was like basically pay to win. Like, I knew basics, but going into the details, it hurts. It physically hurts just to hear this bullshit. It hurts.
Being a boss and watching loot explode is quintessential Diablo design, and that exact experience in Diablo Immortal will cost you £20 a time. That rift took us 5 minutes to complete, meaning you can complete about 12 rifts an hour. If you 10 crest every rift at £20 each, you are spending £240 an hour. And even if you were mad enough to do that, you are not guaranteed the drop you actually want, as this streamer discovered, spending $5,000 and not ending up with a level 5 legendary gem.
Oh my god.
As writing the script and editing these videos takes a few days, and that news story has since changed. That streamer has now spent $10,000
oh my fucking
and still
god.
has no 5-star legendary gem. But it gets even more insidious, because there are laws requiring loot boxes in games to show the odds of any item
Jesus
received
Christ.
in that loot box. What rifts are is essentially just loot boxes with some gameplay before the loot. But that timer means that technically completing a rift does require a base level of skill. And this
Yeah, I love how the
skill
Netherlands and
requirement means
Belgium
it's
were like,
not
fuck you.
gambling per se. And because of this very important distinction, Diablo Immortal does not have to list the drop percent chance of any individual item from a boss drop. If you could just put the legendary crests
Made by
into
players.
a box, they would have to tell you. But if you put the crests into a rift attempt, play the rift, and then get the box, that's
Like, the players and the fans are having to do so much more work than what they had to do for this game. It's so fucking sad.
single step of intermediate gameplay means they can avoid the loot box label. But if you do fail a rift while the crests are active, those crests are returned to you. You don't lose
Yeah, he's not
them,
holding
meaning
back,
one
Yomi.
crest will
He's going
always
all in.
ultimately open the effective loot box of a boss kill. Now, it might seem a little bit strange to be able to put 1, 2, 3, or 10 crests in. It's quite the jump, but the 10 pull is a common trope in gacha games. Being able to draw 1 or draw 10 from a random gacha chance game is a classic design choice. It can actually help to think of Diablo Immortal as a gacha game. They've just replaced the animation of the opening of the box with 5 minutes worth of gameplay to really enhance.
Yeah, like, fuck this game, first of all. Second of all, like, it's one thing to try to cash grab in the mobile world, but when you do it so blatantly, and so you just go hard into that monetization bullshit, like, come on, there's like, he said there was like 22 different currencies or some shit in one game. I get confused after 2, okay? Like, but yeah. Josh Strife Hayes, I hope I'm saying his name right. Like, he does not hold back when he like reviews and goes over games and shit. He does not hold back, but he's polite about it. He tries to be civil about it, and that's why I love watching his stuff, because he doesn't hold back. He's honest, but he tries to be sincere and like polite, basically.
The tension of that drop. Legendary crests are effectively keys to loot boxes. The rift itself is the process of getting to the loot box, and this process means it doesn't have to show you the drop rates. But we're not even close to the final level of monetization, and it's hidden in the awful fine print. Finishing a rift gets you battle points, and these unlock the Battle Pass system. This is a linear track with rewards unlocked as you advance through it. There are 2 layers to this track advancing simultaneously, the free and the empowered. Both run at the same time, so whenever you unlock a free reward, you're reminded of what's waiting for you if you were empowered. Unlocking the empowered track costs $4.99 and comes with some cosmetics, or you can go for the collector's empowered unlock and get not only cosmetics, but instantly boost 10 ranks ahead of where you are. Now, the developers have repeatedly said you cannot buy power or items in Diablo
Thanks, Yomi.
Immortal directly.
I appreciate
This
it.
is because you have to buy orbs and then use the orbs to buy crests and then run rifts with the crests to get the drops. There are steps between money and item, and this is how they justify it. However, buying the Empowered
Christ.
Collector's Battle Pass costs £13 and boosts you 10 ranks along. Now, the rank 10 reward is a legendary offhand weapon.
Fucking
so how
hell,
is this
Xena, you
not
scared the
paying
shit
for
out of me.
equipment? Well, because
Fuck.
the legendary offhand weapon is the free track reward. You can pay to boost to get it instantly.
Hold on, I gotta let Xena out. Fucking hell, she scared the shit out of me. Jumping out of the fucking closet like that. Like a fucking cat ninja. Ugh. Scared the shit out of me. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Get the fuck out. No monster. I'm telling you, I'm gonna die of a cat heart attack.
But they will argue that's not what you're paying for. That's the free player reward too. But you still have to play the game to gain the battle orbs from rifts and dungeons to level up the battle pass, right? Well, no. If you click rank up, you can just spend orbs to instantly boost your battle pass to maximum, unlocking all the rewards instantly. I've managed to grind to Battle Pass rank 13 for free with 27 ranks left to go. Boosting to maximum would cost me 4,050 orbs, meaning I'd still need to spend over £65 on orbs to skip the grind. And remember, all of this is Battle Pass Season 1. So if you aren't able to finish the Battle Pass legitimately before Season 2 releases, you might be tempted to pay real money to boost to get the final rewards, and when the second season comes out, get ready to unlock and pay to skip again. But the Battle Pass isn't the only paid-for progression system. There is a worse one. This is the Boon of Plenty. This advertises itself as a 30-day membership with daily login rewards and some mechanical boosts such as more inventory slots and being able to access the market board from anywhere. It costs $8.99, but what I'm interested in is the way the login rewards are distributed. The Boon of Plenty says that you get these total rewards over 30 days. But let's read the fine print and see how it actually works. The Boon of Plenty can be purchased multiple times, stacking up to 90 days of daily gifts. Daily gifts can only be claimed while the Boon of Plenty is active, otherwise they will be lost. So if you have a Boon of Plenty active and you log in every day for 7 days, you'll get 1 regular crest a day for a total of 7. But if you fail to log in for those days and you only log in on the 7th day, you won't have a stack of crests waiting for you. You'll just get the 1 for that day. The missed days are effectively lost. So paying $8.99 doesn't get you all of this stuff, it gets you the chance to get all of this stuff provided you keep logging in. But here's where it gets super scummy. Extra gifts can be claimed every 5 cumulative login days. Cumulative login days carry over to the next Boon of Plenty period. And then it gives you a list of which gifts are handed out on cumulative days. A single legendary crest at 5, 10 and 15, a legendary and a legendary gem at 20 and 25, and then 2 legendary crests at 30. So things aren't evenly spaced. Being given 2 crests on 30 cumulative login days matters. Because if you miss a login day, you effectively miss that reward and you will lose it until you buy more Boons of Plenty.
Wait a minute.
If you have a Boon of Plenty active and...
So wait a minute. You buy the Boon of Plenty for that shit. For the login days and shit to get that kind of stuff for when you log in. But if you miss even one day, it fucks it all up and you don't get it. So you're... So like he said, you're literally buying for the chance to maybe, possibly get all this shit. If you log in every single fucking day. So you pay, and it's not a guarantee you get the stuff you paid for. Lovely.
You log in every day for 30 days, on the 30th day, you'll get 2 legendary crests. But if you miss a single day in that 30-day period, when you log in and the boon isn't active, your 2 legendary crests from the first boon are held until you log in for 1 more day. It's not consecutive, it's cumulative, meaning in total. So if you miss a single day in the 30-day period, you now need to buy another 30 days to make the boon active again and continue logging in to add days to the cumulative tracker. Don't think of the Boon of Plenty as the rewards it shows you. Think of it as you are paying for the privilege for your days to count toward cumulative rewards. You are effectively paying to be involved in a fear of missing out process. When I say Diablo Immortal is not a product to be sold, it is
the boon of blackmail. Nice one, Yummy. Nice one.
This is exactly what I mean. This is why they sell them in sets of 3, stacking up to 90 days. Because they know people will miss a day, and they won't realise, hang on, I've got rewards being held back, until that 90 days is up. This is why they lock 2 legendary crests on the 30th login day. If you spend $8.99 and then miss a single day, you're now in a position of buy another 30-day boon or lose out on a valuable reward you've been working towards. This is quite simply one of the most abusively designed systems I've ever seen in a game. It is stunningly anti-player.
Notice the word he used, abusive, and but that's because it fucking is. Fucking abusive. Fuck.
It looks like you pay $8.99 to get these things, when you're actually paying $8.99 for the opportunity to have your login days count toward earning these things. But we are still not done. Once you hit level 45 and have progressed through the main story enough, you'll unlock another reward progression system, the Prodigy's Path. Think of it like another battle pass, but it doesn't have seasons. With the Prodigy's Path system, you gain rewards every 5 levels. Then when you hit the max level of 60, you'll gain rewards every 5 Paragon levels up to 85. But just as with the battle pass, there is a free path and then the adjacent paid path, and it costs £18 to unlock the paid Prodigy's Path reward side. But we're still not done. There is one final revelation. By now, you've probably seen the number $110,000 being thrown around.
Yeah, I heard about this, but I also heard it was like more.
YouTuber Bellular arrived at when he tried to work out how much it will cost to max a Diablo Immortal character.
I heard there was like
he never actually arrived at that figure specifically. He was discussing how much it could potentially cost to max out a character, and the total cost of $100,000 was mentioned as a potential. Bellular himself even tweets out, "We talked about a claim a Redditor made, you journos picked that up, claimed we said it, and then spread it across the internet." Whatever the final figure actually is, leveling all 6 of your legendary gems up, because you can only equip 1 of each type of gem, will take a hell of a lot of reagents. Remember, you need equal level gems to funnel into a single gem to level it up, meaning it does get exponentially more expensive to do. But the absolute worst design choice, the most anti-player design possible in this monetization madness, is that everything, the battle pass, your enhanced membership of it, your progress along it, your legendary gems, your Prodigy's Path, your membership of that, the Heradric altar, the monstrous essence stash, your platinum for the market board, and your collected gold, the regular crests, and legendary crests, which remember cost £20 a time to 10 crest a rift. In fact, every single thing except the abusively priced eternal orbs, all of it is per character, not per account. If you want to have multiple characters, you will be paying for all of this for all of them.
No.
And that includes cosmetics. So if you spend £20 to unlock a cosmetic outfit, you only get it on the character you buy it for. All of this has caused players to review bomb the game and drop its Metacritic score down to 0.5, making it Blizzard's lowest rated game of all time.
I actually heard it's lower than that now.
It has so far made $6 million in the first few days.
Jesus.
So now I've played for a few days and I've looked into the systems behind it. What's the actual verdict? The truth is that 2 seemingly contradictory things can both be equally valid. Diablo Immortal is an extremely fun game to play. The combat's great, the bosses are flashy. I enjoyed my time playing. The battle system is great, the synergy between the classes is nice, and the set and legendary items affecting your skills makes for a wide selection of viable...
I heard some people were having fun with this game because it... And I think even you mentioned this to me, Yomi, I'm not sure. That it's basically just Diablo 3? Like, it just has a similar feel to Diablo 3 or something like that. So I think that's why, like, if it didn't have the monetization shit, like, it would be enjoyable, because it was basically like a Diablo 3.5 mobile edition monetization in your face bullshit.
builds. Running solo is fun, running in a group is super enjoyable. But I am someone with a great deal of self-control when it comes to money. It is indeed fun, but it is also insidiously developed from the ground up to funnel every player action toward the cash.
Yeah, that's what I heard,
said to me,
Yomi.
just turn your brain off and play. And while I understand the sentiment of enjoy the flashing lights and loud noises, I am someone who enjoys engaging their brain and solving the puzzle of the game, the puzzle of min-maxing, the puzzle of build variety and team composition. I enjoy having to engage my brain to beat a game. But if you do that with Diablo Immortal, you will ask yourself lots of questions, and the answer to every question is the credit card. And if you're still thinking, well, I've been having
fun... The mighty credit card.
So have I. Your fun is not invalid. No one wants you to stop having fun. We want the game industry to treat you better. We want the game industry to put a little more focus into making the game fun and a little less into making it predatory. I feel it's
that's what I hate about that argument. It's like, well, I'm having fun. Like, okay, well, that's clearly not the problem with the game then. It's the other bullshit. It's the bloated, on the verge of exploding bag of bullshit that they are shoving down people's throats. That is the problem.
Responsibility as YouTubers to hold these companies to account and maybe focus on making the game fun, not spending time working out how you can get around the definition of loot box. And if you think Diablo isn't gambling, remember it's already been banned in Belgium and the Netherlands for falling foul of the EU gambling laws. But has Diablo Immortal lived up to the expectations that Blizzard have set for themselves? On Blizzard's website, on the About section, you can find 8 What We Stand For sections. The 2 that I think stand out the most are Gameplay First and Lead Responsibly. In the Gameplay First section, it says, "It is our job to make our games as fun as possible for as many people as we can reach." I do not believe Diablo Immortal is designed to be as fun as possible. I believe it's been designed to be as fun as it needs to be to keep people playing and then monetized. The next self-imposed standard is Lead Responsibly, which at the bottom says, "We are committed to making ethical decisions, always keeping our players in mind and setting a strong example of professionalism and excellence at all times." I cannot believe that decisions were made in Diablo Immortal with the players in mind. I believe they were made with the payers in mind. God. Paul Tassi of Forbes writes, "Diablo Immortal is 10 times worse than Genshin Impact." In the article, he says, even compared to other mobile titles, Diablo Immortal is going above and beyond with its microtransactions in a way that's far, far worse than most other games in this genre.
Yeah, see, that's one of the main problems that a lot of people are having as well. It's like, it's one thing to go into the mobile net, that whole operation. I can't speak right now. To get into the mobile market, like, okay, fine, whatever, have your little spin-off shit, whatever. But from the very beginning, from when they announced it, when everyone was expecting Diablo 4, to that embarrassing saying of "don't you have phones" bullshit, it just felt like from the very beginning they aggressively were going to oversell you on something you didn't want. Like, this shouldn't have been made a big deal of. This should have been a one done, see you later mobile game. Made them some millions or whatever. No one ever talked about it again because they should have been talking about Diablo 4. This should have been like something you can do while you're taking a shit on the toilet waiting for Diablo 4. They did not have to go so aggressive with it. Fucking Blizzard, I swear to God.
Diablo Immortal is quite simply an excellent gameplay experience destroyed by being completely infested with predatory systems designed to make you spend more money than is acceptable. It is the rotten corpse of Diablo covered in good-looking clothes. It deserves to make money, but not like this. It deserves praise for the good parts, but you cannot ignore its anti-player design. So I do actually agree with Diablo Immortal's opening cutscene. We as players do need to stand together against the rising evil. That rising evil, Diablo, is you. Thank you very much for watching. Another massive thank you to all the supporters on Patreon and Twitch who keep the channel alive.
Video.
You can support them only £1 a month.
God, there's a lot of Patreon. Jesus.
Links to the Patreon, Twitch,
he showed it
Twitter,
earlier,
and
but
Discord.
goddamn.
And as always, have a great day.
Good fucking video. Let's see if he's made any more videos about it. Hold on. The Immoral design of Diablo Coast. Okay. Is this like an extra little thing? Let's watch it real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm Josh Strife Hayes. This supplemental video is an update to my Immoral design
Okay,
of
so it's a
Diablo
little
Immortal
update,
video,
alright.
as I've discovered an incredibly unfair, sneaky, hidden design choice which is even more anti-player,
Got 2
and I
minutes
feel
left.
you all
Damn,
need to be
Yomi.
made aware of it. If
sorry.
you haven't seen the Immoral design of Diablo Immortal, please watch the section explaining how rifts work. It's 23 minutes and 30 seconds into the original video because context is important here.
Oh,
But
don't
to
worry, I'm
briefly
not gonna
recap
forget it.
before
I
you
literally
start a
just
rift,
watched
you
it.
can add in crests, which improve loot drops. In the original video, I explained there were 2 types of crests you can add into a rift. Regular crests, which increase your chance of receiving runes, and legendary crests, which guarantee a legendary drop. A player will receive 1 regular crest per day as a free login reward, and you can buy extra from the Hilt Merchant and earn several through the Battle Pass progression system. And legendary crests can be bought from the shop, earned on the paid upgrade Battle Pass layer, and earned on the paid Prodigy's Path progression. This, however, is incorrect, because there are actually 3 types of crests, and 2 of them are designed to look similar. And there
Oh,
is a
for
small
fuck's
but
sake.
vital difference. Let me show you something. As I've leveled to 50 as a free player, I've received some legendary crests from the main storyline and from the Battle Pass progression. I've completed some rifts using them and found a legendary gem, so now I can go to the market and try to sell that gem. The marketplace doesn't sell equipment, only gems, legendary gems, and skill stones, and you can see I have a spare legendary gem in my inventory, the Black Rose rank 1. But when I go to the sell section of the market board, it doesn't appear. I can't sell this. Why is this? Well, if you open up the Battle Pass,
Oh,
or the
no.
Prodigy's Path track, or anywhere that you can earn a legendary crest, you can click on the legendary crest.
Do not tell me that the shit you earn in-game for free, you can't sell. Do not tell me this bullshit.
Icon and read a little bit about it. It says, use when opening an Elder
God.
Rift. Completing the rift is guaranteed to award a bound legendary gem. And that word bound matters. These legendary
Fuck's
crests
sake.
are rewarded on the Battle Pass, the Prodigy's Path, and come in the unlockable dungeon bundle packs, the ones you can buy from the shop. And if you click on any of these, you can see how to get more. The Hilt Trader sells you 1 a month, the Battle Pass awards them at Empowered Rank 10, Free Rank 20, 7 are granted via the cumulative potential login days of the Boon of Plenty, and the Prodigy's Path rewards 20 over its entirety. The Shadow War progression
Oh, that
system
sucks,
also gives
Yomi.
them, and Keon's Ordeal.
I'll see you
But
later,
notice how
Yomi.
it does not list
Try not
the
to kill
cash
anybody
shop.
at work.
Why doesn't it say that you can get legendary crests from the cash shop? It's because you can't. The
Oh,
legendary
damn.
crests in the cash shop exclusively are different. The cash shop ones, the ones you buy for eternal orbs, are called eternal legendary crests. They look
Okay, so it's not everything you earn for free, I'm guessing, that you can't sell. It's like certain items that are bound or whatever. Fuck. Oh my god. Fuck
almost
Blizzard. I swear.
identical, and they behave almost identically. Indeed, I believe they have been designed
Taking them happy pills,
to be
Yummy.
identical. The regular crests are green, while both versions of Legendary
Can you pass me
are
a couple?
purple. I took screenshots of Legendary and Eternal Legendary and put them side by side. You are still hard pushed to see the difference. It's the background they are on, not the crest itself. Even on the Rift screen, where you can select which crests to add before you start a Rift, notice there are only 2 options given to the player on the left: crests or legendary crests. Nowhere does it mention the word eternal. So what is the actual difference? It's found in the small print. Eternal legendary crests, which you can only buy from the orb shop, meaning the only way to get these is to pay, are guaranteed to reward a legendary gem that can be sold on the market. The loot they give is unbound. This means the only way you as a player can get sellable legendary gems is to use the eternal legendary crests, which are exclusive to the cash shop. So if every single player only used...
So it is... You're only able to sell the ones you actually buy. These, like, certain... gems, crests, or whatever. Whoops. This is giving me heartburn.
The legendary crests that you get for free, there would be literally nothing on the market. Every single legendary gem listed on the market came from an eternal legendary crest, which was paid for with orbs, which can only be bought for real money. I stated in the original video you had seen 6 months worth of free-to-play legendary crest potential condensed into a single chest. That is obviously now incorrect, because the gem drops in that footage are from eternal legendary crests. Those drops are tradable, which means the truth is
fucking wild.
there is no in-game way at all for a free-to-play player to achieve that, because there is simply no way for a non-paying player to get eternal legendary crests. This means the shop is even worse, because if you did buy the time-limited dungeon packs, or the Empowered Battle Pass, or the Prodigy's Path membership, or the Boon of Plenty, because you wanted legendary crests so you can get legendary gem drops to sell on the market, you are buying the wrong type of legendary crests. You are buying the bound loot ones. The only way to get unbound legendary gems which you can then sell is to make the loot roll with an eternal legendary crest added in before the rift starts. I believe Diablo Immortal has deliberately designed the legendary crests and the eternal legendary crests to be similar, not just in name. They've also designed the rift screen to only contain the 2 potential choices on the left, crest and legendary, with no focus on eternal legendary, and they have kept the colour of both versions of legendary the same to confuse players into believing there are only 2 types
It's
of
basically
crest,
copy and
trick
paste.
them into buying the wrong legendary type, which means they will only get character-bound loot. So if you want legendary gem drops you can actually sell on the market board, you need to buy the cash shop only eternal legendary crests. You as players should have been made aware of this before. I'm sorry I didn't spot it in the original video. Thank
It's
you very
fine.
much for watching.
You went over a lot of fucking info. You were literally reading fine print shit. Holy shit, it's never ending. Cause I keep seeing like videos pop up like about this. Like look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my god. Fuck. Fuck Blizzard. Oh man. Oh, fuck that. Oh my god. Alright. I don't even know what I want to play now. I'm tempted to play Diablo Immortal now. Just to see like how fucked up it is. Oh my god, I am so tempted, but I have demos I want to play and shit. Oh, fuck it.